Thank you for tuning in. This is Sashga, and our topic today will be the art of health and wellness. Our success and failure depends on the decisions we made. Okay, health and fitness is not just exercise and eating the right food. Yes, that is important, but without the right mindset and the spiritual man in you, health and wellness is not complete. We know fitness provide the operation and the fitness of the body. Well, exercise. We know exercise provide the operation and the fitness of the body. We know eating the right food provide the nutrients the body needs. But without the right mindset, without the positive thinking, without the spirit that is within you, eating the right food and doing the many activities will not bring forth a healthy you. It may reduce the dysfunction of the body, but it will not prevent it. You see, as a health and wellness coach, I do encourage using food as your medicine. And if you do look at some of your medications, you'll notice mostly extracts from plants, vegetables, food or fruits. So I do encourage that. You need the exercise of the body to keep the blood and the oxygens going in the body and provide the fitness and the metabolism that you need and the energy that you need. But without the right mindset, without the mind, you're only halfway there, okay? I have been in fitness for more than 15 years now. Trained in tournaments for both dancing and taekwondo. Now I am in the capacity where I am training others. And I do promote health and wellness. And to maintain your health and wellness, you need to eat right, exercise right, and have the right mindset. Okay. You may ask yourself, what is having the right mindset? The right mind or the right spirit ensure happiness, stability, assurance, and wellness. The spirit man in you is what helps you to overcome stress, depression, anxiety, and worries. It ensures you walk in your destiny and your purpose and your virtues. It provides the confidence you need, the laughter that you seek. It ensures your health and it helps you to answer the question, who am I? Do you ask yourself that question, who am I? And can you answer that question? Without the right mindset, and without the spirit, the right spirit in you, you will not ask that question. And you will not find the joy that you should have. How do we develop or wake up the spirit in us? Very good question. But most of us know the answer, but we often choose fear instead. The spirit in us tells us what we can do on this earth and why we are here. Persons may say, our body is made to produce hormones to help us to deal with this stress and anxiety. Factually, that is right. Some persons may say, having the right mindset or not, the body produce the hormones it needs to handle different emotions. And there's medications for different sickness, especially persons who promote that they're having mental issues or diabetic issues or any other coronary issues because of they're born in it, it's in their DNA. I am not saying that's not true. But do you choose that? That is the question. Yes, but let's examine this. We have cortisol. Cortisol is released in response to fear, in response to stress, and this is produced by the adrenal gland as part of the fight or flight mechanism. So yes, we do have hormones to assist in stress and in fear. These short-term bursts of cortisol are necessary to help us recover from stress. But if we cannot control the stress, then our long-term stress will result in chronic stress. Hence, too much cortisol can cause dysfunction of the body. It can cause weight gain, mainly in the face, the chest, mood swings, high blood pressure, and osteoporosis. So just imagine your body produces cortisol from the adrenal gland that help your body to deal with fear and stress. But if you're unable to turn off this fear or stress, you will continue producing cortisol while you're developing chronic stress. Too much cortisol becomes a disadvantage to the body. It can cause weight gain in the face, in the arms, mood swings, osteoporosis, high blood pressure. Say, for example, you're able to deal with your stress pretty quickly and it goes away at the end of the day. You may produce only a small amount of cortisol, but still this can have a negative effect of the body. It creates weakness, fatigue, and low blood pressure. So you see, it's always best to be able to control your own fear and your own stress by preventing it altogether. I am not saying stress is, what should I say? Stress is normal. Stress is normal. Going to work to find what to wear is stress. Dealing with relationships is stress. But if you have the right mindset, you know how to relax a bit more and not depending on hormones in your body to act as a fight or flight mechanism that can cause disadvantage in the future. Also, what we have to know is that severe stress can destroy the same adrenal gland that produces cortisol to deal with this fear or stress. What happened here, if you're producing too much cortisol or you have too much stress, you can destroy the gland that produces the cortisol to help you control the stress. So it comes right back to what I am saying. You need the right mindset and the spirit that tells you who you are, that tells you your virtues, that tells you your value, and that tells you your purpose. Okay? Without the right spirit and the right mindset, even if you eat right or exercise right, it will slow down the dysfunction, but it will not prevent the body from destruction. Okay, let's take a look further. All right, so let's leave the science a bit and just go back to a practical wellness information here. Say, let's juxtapose the body to a car. Without the engine, it's a shell. It's the same thing with the mind and the spirit. Without the right mind and the spirit, without you finding your spirit, your drive, your purpose, the spirit that tells you who you are, you're just a shell, just like a car without an engine. Okay. Do you know that sickness and depression most of the time is caused because you're unhappy? We call it stress, and worries. But if we know who we are, and if we know our purpose, we will have little room for worries. Make sense? Worry and depression is a result of fear. Okay, let's say that again. Sickness and depression most of the time is caused by you being unhappy. Normally, when we're unhappy, it looks like worries or just stress. Do you ever ask yourself why you're unhappy? And can you answer that question? But if we know who we are, and if we know our purpose, we will have little room for worries. Worry and depression is a result of fear. The spirit man in us says, walk in faith, work in faith, start your business in faith, study in faith, and raise your children in faith. So what am I getting at? Fear can trigger stress and it can trigger worries. Persons are afraid to start their business. Persons are afraid to even imagine what is next for them, especially in a season of COVID. Persons are afraid to raise their children. Persons are afraid to find out who they are. Persons are afraid because persons tell them they cannot succeed. When you have the right spirit, you know who you are. When you have the right spirit, you will not listen to someone who tell you you cannot. So, as I said before, health and wellness is not just exercise right or eating right. It is your whole existence. It's your mindset. It is your spirit. It is the spirit that makes you laugh even if you're surrounded by sadness. This is the spirit that makes you know who you are. It is the spirit that tells you to be confident. It's the spirit that tells you to get up 7 times even if you fall. Okay, we're going to go further. I'm just going to leave this with you. Your mind or spirit answers the questions of the human heart and the questions of life. Again, your mind or spirit answers questions of the human heart and questions of life. How do we develop our mind or spirit? And that is the question. Let's discuss. The question is, how do we develop our mind and spirit? We develop our mind and spirit with the right thinking or with positive thinking. Remember, it is natural to be sad or disappointed about certain outcomes. Believe right and you will think right. Believe right and you will do right. Bad outcomes should not determine your happiness or life satisfaction. Fear can cause a person to live in stress and eventually depression. With the right thinking and believing right, your mind will eventually or mostly be at rest or in peace. Let's repeat that. With the right thinking and believing right, your mind will eventually or mostly be at rest or in peace. You will be turning fear into faith. Faith is the main tool that decides one outlook in life. We all pray for something, and sometimes we develop stress and frustration. I understand. But if we do what the word teaches us in Philippians 4:6-7, do not be anxious about anything but present your request to God. This word is basically saying patience. And this scripture is from the Bible. It's a book that basically help you as an individual on this earth to find yourself and to know or to cope. So as a person who holds a Bachelor of Science in Sociology, I will read many theories and many philosophers. But this book is the oldest book. Why not read it? So basically, we pray for things and we get depressed and we get frustrated waiting for some open door, some miracle, some opportunity. But right here, Philippians 4:6-7, do not be anxious about anything, but present your request to God. Do not be anxious means be patient. While you're being patient, learn to develop the foundation that you need to reach where you are. With a positive attitude, come positive outlook. Are you praying without preparing? Where will the prayer come if you're not creating the foundation? Do not make fear lead you. Instead, use faith and walk the street of life. Let's take a look. Illness and health starts with one's thinking of mind. Illness and health starts with one's thinking or mind. Angry, spiteful, stress, worries, eventually depression is a result of negative thoughts and fear. Turn a life that is full of doubt and despair into a life full of hope and expectation. Charles Swindoll says, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. God's plan for us is to be happy and healthy, while fear takes us away from God's plan. So for us to maintain health and wellness, we need to eat right, exercise right, and have the right mindset. Let your outlook represent possibility, hope, and victory. Let your outlook represent possibility, hope, and victory. And to have that outlook, you need the right mindset. You need the right spirit. Fight for what you are and fight for what you want. I often ask this question, do you see the glass half full or half empty? This depends on you. Please subscribe, or by clicking on the logo below, you can also subscribe. Thanks again for listening to another topic with Sashga. Have a wonderful day and a blessed day. See you again soon. Bye-bye.